We had a lot of overnight rain today. Last night. It's rather wet. And so, not much is happening out there. A few brooms to mop it up.
Before he's on.
These are the reasons we have all weather pitches around here, so we can play in the wet.
What?
Oi, we still have to say. Oi, what's the rule, Chucker? We'll get them.
The umpire is observing play on the other field. Some serious discussion, but it doesn't look good for the Panhandelians. We might have to come back tomorrow.
That's like 14 over.
They were just edging me through the slips and stuff. They weren't playing me.
Chucker.
Go and get better than that.
Actually got. Welcome to Channel 8, Day 3 action here at South Rank. I'm Chucker Wilson, and this is Channel 8 24-hour sport channel. This is grand final action, Panhandle versus Riverside. Panhandle are playing for their first ever first grade premiership. Riverside are playing for their 40th. Now we've had some overnight rain over here, so play hasn't started yet, even though it's the correct time. Now, this is a great new ground by South Rank. So the water absorbs nicely. Look at that. Perfect to play on, just a bit muddy. In half an hour it'll dry perfectly. The only problem is the pitch. An all-weather pitch, that is why they have been included so that you can play in the rain. As you can clearly see, perfect. You could play in that in 20 minutes after a bit of drying out. The question is, the run-up. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration here about how to bowl with a wet deck. As you can see, perfectly fine. We should be playing in about 10 minutes. That's what I reckon. This is Chucker Wilson, back to you in the studios. Good.
You got my email about Willow's phone.
Oh! Just trying to cope and full again. Touch the duck. Don't touch the duck. I'm not telling you. So you're going to put all the matches in?
This is William Bateman. 1 wicket for the year. However many runs for the year.
About 5.
Quality stuff at the Cracker. This is Luke Balding, I believe. No?
No.
Who are you then?
He's Chuck Wilson Jr.
Yeah.
This is Harry Ringer. Anything you'd like to say to the camera, Harry?
Asparagus.
That's a no comment.
This is Dylan Barfield. You gotta say something.
G'day. Hey. G'day.
This is Alistair Bentley.
Hello and welcome. Oh, sorry.
Bradley Mitchell. 1,500 career runs to his name. Anything you'd like to say, Bradley?
No.
There's Ty Gilmore. Batting average of 35. Highest score 66. Best bowling 4 for 4. Bowling average of 18. Anything you'd like to say, Ty?
No.
Jackson Bellingham. He hasn't done anything worthwhile this season. Any comments, Jackson?
Yeah, 10 seconds of fit.
That was Heath George. He won second place. Second place in the Channel 8 Player of the Year Awards. That's John Legatic. Any comments, John?
No.
That's Ron McDougall.
Anyway, I'll wait and show you what to do.
And you're too late.
Oh, Brad.
What's it like to face against Ty?
Balancing core. Twisted transistor. Coaching core. Under a bridge. Good night.
Catch
How tough of a job does Bradley have?
Goes for the big hit. Oh, that's sick.
Catch him! Head!
Can you wicketkeep against this sort of pace bowling? Facing up against Dylan Barfield and see what you do. Supreme pace. I don't know how Chucker Wilson would be able to survive against that. Oh, that's the end of him. Oh, what a ball. And look! Here we go, the Panhillians going into the pavilion, just whiting up. They're putting on their uniform, their trusted armour. They're ready to unleash their fury against the unknowing foe of the Riversidians. What damage can they do to them? I hope no one gets killed today. We'll soon find out. Here, this is Channel 8, and we're about to finally get day 3 underway. Here they come, the Panhillians, coming onto the ground.
Half circle, cheeks. And that. Right. Yeah.
Taking photos. Justen. Justen.
Did you record it? Bella?
Well, Vala.
There they go. They've done their warm-ups. Now they're just waiting for the game to start. Unfortunately, we've just started a bit of more drizzle, so we don't know if play will start soon, but we definitely hope so. And that's it. The day's play has been called off due to the rain. Fortunate, but we'll have to come back tomorrow on day 4 to finish the match. It's Channel 8. I'm Chucker Wilson, and I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Here we go, Justin.
Hi, Mum. It's
Super Mario Chucker.
Hello and welcome to the cricket show. I'm Chucker Wilson. The game has been washed out. We'll be here tomorrow, but we've got a special guest here. We've got the special man of the moment. His name is Doc Manton, and he is here to interview. So, Doc Manton, what are you here to talk about?
Well, this reminds me of the time that Lords back in 1938, back watching Essex take on Morgan in a fantastic battle of wits, and we saw Essex come through, being sure to draw. Now, in this particular game, there were 3 washed out days. First, second, and the fourth. Third day, we saw A.R. Smith take a fabulous 6 for 43, which set up the first innings in seeing Glamorgan bowled out for 143 off 80 overs, meaning off the 10 overs that Essex had to bat, they were 1 for 12. Now, when we look at it, and we saw that particular day, it just reminds me of the conditions and the atmosphere at Lords.
Now, Doc Manton, you're a obsessor with Lords. What was the greatest innings you ever saw at Lords?
Well, the greatest innings at Lords, I particularly think, was the 1955 tour of England by the West Indies. English batsman B.E. Johnson made a fabulous 72, which set up England with their 3rd consecutive draw at Lords. Now, the West Indies in this particular attack had 4 great bowlers, including 1 Patrick Edward Smith. He was one fantastic bowler and took figures of 5 for 38 and 6 for 91, which set up another washout draw. In this game, there were only 2 washout days, and the 5th, which set up the draw. and it was some fantastic match, but it was all about the big knock, 72, early in the day, by the English batsman, which I thought was the finest things at Lord's.
Yes, the most recent game at Lord's was a game between Leicester and the MCC in their classic duel. And you saw an incredible match. There were thousands of runs being scored in the whole match. First innings was 402 declared after batting for 3 days. And then MCC batted for 2 days and made 200 for 1 in an incredible draw. And you say that was the greatest game you ever saw at Lord's.
Well, that particular game was the real spirit of Lord's cricket. The way the two sides, Leicester and the MCC, went at it. It was back in the 1800s, where the opening games at Lord's were at. I can really still remember those at Lord's, and I just remember those moments. Bowling from the great scoreboard side of the ground, with those actions, facing batsmen who are so stubborn you wouldn't even dream of getting them out. It was the real spirit of Lord's, and that particular game really does stay in my mind as the finest match at Lord's.
Now, Duck Manton, you've been watching games at Lord's your whole life. What was your first game you saw at Lord's?
Well, the first game I saw at Lord's was back in 1914. It was a match I saw as a young lad, and a particularly interesting game where it was Worcestershire taking on Warwickshire. And in this game it was a magnificent innings by T.R. Peterson, making a fine 48, batting for 1.5 days to help set up Worcester having the draw. Now, in this game, it was a whole line of famous cricketers, including the Smith brothers, B.S. Smith and S.B. Smith. They were the brothers that helped set up Warwickshire to many, many draws.
Here, Duck Manton. The last question I have to ask, how do you feel about the future of Lord's? Do you feel that the history of draws at Lord's can continue throughout?
Well, I think it does need people like me doing more documentaries on Lord's to make sure that the young group of today know the tradition of Lord's, and to make sure they can follow lead their teams to many draws and keep their draws tradition alive.
Well, thank you very much. I'll just shake your hand. And thanks for being on the show. This is Channel 8 Cricket Show.
This is Channel 8. Remember, if you want quality clothing at a great price, who do you call?
The Blue Gun Clothing Company, of course.
No, you don't. You call the Blue Gum Clothing Company. All products made in Australia, all revenue put to hard-working Australians. No overseas at all. Remember, visit www.bluegum.com.au if you want any more information. That's Blue Gum Clothing Company. This is the Panton Hill Cricket Club 2006-07 Premiership season. Hopefully, we'll see you at day 4.
The art of batting. Through hundreds of years, many a batsman has tried to master this incredible art form. I, Chucker Wilson, will show you the basics so you too can be the artist of batting. So here we go. Pie Man's gonna throw me some, and I'll just show you how to drive here. So let's see. First of all, get in position. Then. Now, as you can clearly see, my wrist was cocked, and that is what you're supposed to do. Your wrist is supposed to be cocked. So let's see me again. Yep. See? Nice straight bat. You got to show the bowler, the maker's name of the bat. See? Made good contact that time, so let's see what I'll do this time. Yes, I think Pie Man moved that one a bit. See? Now it's okay if you miss a couple, because that's what you need to do, batsman. Need to miss a couple. So, you've got to have plenty of throws here. Bit wayward. I hope that those comments will be able to help you in the future with your driving. Steve Waugh. It's names like that that you think, great cutters. And I'm going to be showing you the art of cutting. Now, as you can clearly see there, I couldn't cut it properly because it was too wide. Now, as you can see, I played that cut shot very well. I had my front foot out in proper position, my back foot was in position, and it was perfectly executed, a perfectly played cut shot.
Ow!
Now, as you could see, I played that shot to perfection. Middle of that, racing away to the deep point boundary, full run, put down your glasses, there's no hope, you loser! I hope that my demonstration was able to help you become a better cutter. Back to you.
Millions. We might have to come back tomorrow. Millions. We might have to come back tomorrow.
As you can see, perfectly fine. As you can see,
However many runs for the year?
About 5.
No?
No.
Who are you then?
He's Chucker Wilson Jr.
yeah.
Asparagus.
Good.
Hello and welcome.
I don't like to move while you
Oh, sorry.
Say Bradley? No. Anything like to say Bradley? No. Whose name? Anything like to say Bradley? No. Bowling average of 18. Anything like... Before, bowling average of 18. Anything like to say Ty?
Well, I know.
He hasn't done anything worthwhile this season. Anything worthwhile this season. Anything worthwhile this season. Anything worthwhile this season. Second place. Second place in the Channel 8 player. To face against Ty.
Goes for the big hit.
Catch him!
Facing up. Chucker Wilson would be able to survive against that. Oh, that's the... Oh, that's ball, and You're on this very special limited edition of
Well, I've been looking to take early wickets tomorrow morning and get the hell out of here. What do you reckon?
sounds like a good plan.
Very good plan